Alright, what is up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I decided I want to start doing spiritual tarot Sundays. So this will be going up on Sunday, today's Wednesday. So yeah, I'm just gonna get into it. I already cleared my energy and everything. So the deck that I'm gonna be using is Spiritual Allies. I'm not going to be doing like a specific zodiac sign or anything. This is just going to be a message that Spirit and my angels are guiding me to teach to you guys or just inform you guys. So let's get into it. So yeah, this one's called Spiritual Allies. Let's just mess up all my angels and ancestors. Tell me what it is that you want me to give to the people today. What is it that you want me to say to the people? All of you listening, that they need to know. Do two more cards, and then we'll get into it. Oh, ooh. I don't know if this is going to be a governmental message or what, but right now I'm having a feeling that this is something about the government. Okay. Always do the bottom of the deck card and flip a card over at the top. Okay. So we have our first card coming out is Black Panther. So I'm still learning this deck, so bear with me. Let's see what we gave Black Panther. I like to look at the cards first so I can see. It's a cat that's sitting on a tree, the moon sign, stars. If you know anything about a Black Panther, they're not rare creatures, but in a way, since I feel like they're kind of rare creatures. And this one's connected to the night, which Black Panther makes sense. Fierce intuition. That's what I think when I look at that card. Okay, let's proceed. I am protected. Black panthers sit at the top of the tree illuminated by the light of the moon. Graceful creature. Black panther quietly observes and witnesses surroundings. Its deep dark fur keeps black panthers protected while setting apart from the rest of the kingdom animals. Black panther is a symbol of spiritual rebirth. If you have found yourself looking through the depths of your emotions, seeking psychic guidance, then Black Panther is a sign that the universe has been listening. Black Panther is a guardian like no other, and in this stage of your journey, know that you are divinely protected, connected to the dark moon. Black Panther also represents your ability to travel through the darkness and find the light. Tap into your inner power and know that you can uncover your dream reality. Release any uncertainty to the universe and move forward, knowing your own power alone is a force to be reckoned with. And then the prompt it gives is, what signs have I seen recently and what do they mean to me? I like that because I was looking at that because Black Panthers are fierce. They're precise. They know what they're they're going for. You know what I mean? Um, Also, while reading that, for me, it's giving. I feel like Spirit just wants me to tell you guys during these times, there's a lot going on in the world, but it's best for us to not get distracted, especially with those who know that they are connected to Spirit at this time. It's best for you to not get distracted with everything that's going around. And know that you're protected in this world because we have a lot of chaos going on right now with the floods, the fires, and hurricanes or not hurricanes. Well, I won't say hurricanes, but might be something going on soon. Um, but and like the hail and things that we've been seeing, just a lot of different weather things we've been seeing a lot going on lately. I think it's just safe to know that you're protected, right? Because I know some people probably been panicking, like, oh my gosh, what if this happens to me? And what if they, weather starts, messing up, acting up over here? It's just like, don't worry about that. Know that you're protected and trust your insight. You know what I mean? Trust your instincts as well. Because if you think about the Black Panther has very good instincts. Is very intelligent. This is how I see the Black Panther. It's a very intelligent animal. It's a symbolization of the moon because of its dark fur. You know. So I know I always feel like everybody knows moon intuition. So the Black Panther is very, like I said, sharp intuition. Yes, sharp intuition. But no, just know that we're being protected at this time. And also for the ones who don't know where they stand with God during these times, ground yourself into that protection. Find a way to gravitate closer to God at this time, right? Because there's a lot of people who wants to be under God's protection, but not everybody's under God's protection. Obviously, witnessing seeing a lot of things that's been going on in this world, it shows that a lot of people would prefer to say that everybody's under God's protection because everybody goes around and say Jesus died for our sins and we can do whatever we want to do, but that is not necessarily the case, which we all know because it's been shown and shown after time. But we also always have the opportunity to start over from a clean slate. Not saying that God is just going to grant you his protection off the top because you want that protection, but because you're willing to put the work in, yes, there is a chance that you will be guided under that protection because God protects all his children, right? So moving along, we have snake number 45. And if you look, we have two different color snakes. We have the yellow snake and we have the orange snake. And they're all tangled up. For me looking at it, it could have been some snakes. Mm, mm. So if you're worried at this time about the things that are going on right now, God is getting rid of all these snakes. God is protecting people from the snakes that are around in people's grass, that are close in proximity. Let's look at this number 45. Don't worry about the snakes. Well, let's read what the snake card represents. I flow with the cycles of life. Entwined with the cycles of life and rebirth, snakes know a thing or two about removing what no longer serves them. One snake sheds skin, it emerges brighter and bolder than before. With this deep connection and fundamental nature of the universe, snake urges you to release what holds you back from the highest version of yourself. You too can remove layers of ego expectations to transform into the most authentic version of yourself, a living embodiment of your soul. Knowing where it begins in this process can be difficult, but have faith. Snakes will help guide you through this as each layer of the ego peels away and you'll soon see yourself in a new light. Your vibration is rising along with your power to create your reality and manifest your dreams. What patterns do I want to let go of that are standing in my way of my ascension? So during this time, God is getting rid of the snakes. So now this could also be, from what I'm getting, not off the book, because I read the book just to learn like the representation of the cards in the deck, but I also know to go off my intuition and what I'm feeling. And with this card, I also feel like there's in this world we have a lot of snakes in this world, right? And a lot of them are being exposed. Now, these are a lot of people that are filled with ego. You know what I'm saying? They're a manipulative liar. You know what a snake is, right? Um, they're coming out. There's something about the protection from these snakes. Thinking about Donald Trump, I feel like the world is being protected right now. Through our eyes, we don't see it as protection, but that is what's happening right now. Okay, I can't say that. I'm not ready for that, but just know that the world is being protected at this time. For those who are in doubt, let it sprout. Okay? And also, just from reading this, I also feel like this is also a sign that though there may be a lot of manipulative people and things like that in this world today, it's safe to know that you are still able to change, which is what I was saying earlier, that if you are willing to take that change, you will be under God's protection. And here that I may have to simplify this message because this is not something everybody may understand in the way that I'm telling it, so I will have to find a way to simplify this message. Um, excuse me, sorry. So apparently I need to, I'm not saying it. So I won't say apparently, but technically I have to be able to give this message from a higher point of view, also a lower point of view. So if you're hearing me switch back and forth with these messages, it's just a standpoint of understanding. Basically, everybody, it's a way of getting people from higher vibrations to understand where they are, where they're going, and also for the lower vibrations who don't know where they are and where they're going, right? Because anybody on a high vibration will understand this message with ease, but anybody on a lower vibration might not understand this message at all, right? So that's what we're getting at. So also we have this opal, which is very beautiful, very vibrant, very colorful. If you look at all these different colors that collided in one, it makes up all the colors. It's very bright energy. Let's look this up. It's giving cleansing for me personally, but I know not everything is a cleansing thing. I welcome you. Oh, wrong one. What I give to the universe is sent back to me. An embodiment of magic, opal glistens like a prism, a rainbow of colors seen in this stone, known for helping to create balance and regulate emotions. Ooh. Opal is a stone of amplification, meaning that what is present in the stone is heightened and then sent back to the user. You're being called to manifest and send out positivity that surrounds you. In other words, give and you shall receive. Focus on raising your vibration and sharing light with positivity with others. Not only can you make someone's day a little brighter, but it will be encouraging in some way, in some type of energy, and the types of energy to come back to you. What you focus on and your attention on is what draws into your life. So focus on what your soul craves. What one small step can I take today to raise my vibration? And I feel like this would be more so also on the lower vibrational ends, but also on the high vibrational end. Because if you think about everybody on the sorry, on the high vibration, the most high vibrational people are already splitting out and sending out that positive impacts, but also for those lower vibrational energies who are looking towards, and yes, I'm calling you low vibrational energies for those who might get offended, but that's where you are. So you might be looking to raise your vibration. For those who are looking to raise their vibrations, you need to give what you receive, right? And that's all. If you're looking at this, right, during this time we are being protected and able to raise our vibrations. So God is wanting us to take this moment that He has for us at this time. He is giving us a chance to raise our vibrations, raise our expectations, and release old things that no longer serve us. And I'm sure that we get this message all the time. And a lot of people might, give out this message and then always say it's for just like chosen people, which I can understand, but I also feel like this is for the lower vibrational people who are trying to change and don't know which way to look. You can easily start by giving gratitude for happiness for the days that you come, for the days that you are here, and the days that have begun. A lot of people, don't, give out messages for low vibrational entities because, not everybody's looking for that change. But from what I know, my perspective, I know not everybody is chosen, right? Not everybody understands this thing that we call life. Not everybody understands tarot. Not everybody understands how to grow. Not everybody knows how to change themselves, right? So then it's time. This is a start, right? This is your start. This is your chance to take that step forward and say, I want this change. I want this opportunity. What can I do to change and create better opportunities for myself, right? You are what you give. You get what you receive, right? Like you said, you give out whatever you put out back into the universe. It's coming right back. So if you're giving out negative energy, you're going to get that. If you're lying, manipulating, killing, stealing, destroying, you're going to get all that back. But if you're getting out love, you're spreading joy, happiness, you're going to get all that back. You see what I'm saying? So this is the time to give and not always receive, right? So shed that skin. Oh, and also let's go to 25. And this is the top card. I'm gonna do the bottom card last, but it's a rope. It's like tree branches that are tied together by this flower, and I believe it's the flower that is called ayahuasca. Right? I believe that is what this flower is called. It's a lot of things wrapped around it. It's all tied up, but it's still growing, right? So let's see, 25. Oscar, I choose to heal. Here we are. Oscar is a plant in appearance unlike any other, while the leaves may appear like any other plant. Cut into this stalk and you will find flowers-like design beneath its natural walls. Here, profound beauty beholds. When Ayakasa shows up in your life, it is a sign that you are being called to a deeper healing work, to release past traumas and remove any perceived limits to your potential. It calls you to travel within deep emotional realms in your soul and explore the depth of your inner working. It is time to reprogram your thoughts and predispositions that no longer serve you or your higher purpose. This may bring forth deepest fears as well as unveil beauty beyond description. Your strength and faith are being called upon to face anything that has been ignored. Soon, greater gifts and guidance can be unveiled to you. Life, like life, ayahuasca will give you all that you can handle in service of your soul's journey. The key to accessing the bliss is that's always available to you is tapping into your ability to surrender your resistance and trust deeper and let go of what's been paining you. What trauma patterns are present in your life that that you can reprogram, right? And and speaking of this card reminds me of this show I just saw with this K-pop show where they were fighting the demons, right? And then the girl, she had patterns, and when I seen it, I was like, oh, I understand. So the patterns that she had were holding her back, right? It was holding her back from her truth, her light, and what she really wanted to do in life. She already had this idea, like I want this, I want that, but her patterns were holding her back, and her patterns were representing her shame. Her patterns were her representation of the things that she wasn't so fond of, right? And in that, she found herself by accepting all that she was, right? Because that's where it starts with self-acceptance. Because how can you grow if you don't accept your flaws, right? We're not perfect, right? We're not perfect, but that doesn't mean we can't change, And maybe sometimes people need to hear that, like, and it really doesn't matter if people say you're not changing or if people say you can't change. You can definitely change. a person who has changed my life, so I personally know that change is possible. But for those who are out here struggling with change, know that change is possible. And don't worry about the outbreaks and, things that people want you to have. There's a lot of people, I feel like they want me to tell you guys that there's a lot of people out here who may want to get you back into that same dynamic. Because when you start the changing process, you're always going to get tested, right? And you're always going to be tempted by other people. People are going to test you because they want to know, are you really changing? And if you're really changing, what does that mean for them? You know what I mean? So people are going to test you, but let them. Let them test you because when they test you, you can test yourself. When they test you, it's a revelation to yourself of how far you come and where you're going. Because a lot of people, especially me, I had to learn that myself, have been tested in these times. And there's plenty of times where I've been tested, where I've been like, why are people still trying me? And people already know this and this and that. But it's just because they want to see for themselves. So allow people to see God work within you. But do not be afraid of the test that may come to you. Don't be afraid of the trials and the tribulations. Because though they may come, okay? Trouble don't last always, right? And God is protecting you during this time. You have nothing to worry about, right? So let's go to the Kunzanite, which is number 16, which is a pink crystal. Looking at it, I feel like it's something, a crystal, if I was to look into it, I would be able to reflect onto myself, right? I'll be able to see myself inside this crystal, but that's just what I see when I look at this crystal. But let's see also what this book says about it as well. I embrace my creativity. Oh, this is the wrong one. Oh, oopsie. Oh, I allow myself to to experience joy. The kryptonite is a pale pink stone that is used to encourage empathy and compassion. It is also connected to divine feminine energy and the heart. Dang, I guess I see why I can see myself in that crystal. Think about the last time you felt truly happy, not for just a brief moment, but pure heart cleanliness, happiness. Kazai is here to remind you to keep searching for that feeling. So often we go through similar routine that involves similar emotions and what's sometimes missing, however, that is that satisfaction in life that comes from a job or hobby that we love or a community that surrounds us. You are being encouraged to pursue what fulfills you and with unadulterated joy. Yeah. Apply for your dream job, move to the city on your vision board, or even take that leap of faith and try your hand at an open mic. Life is what you make it, and you can make your dream life. What does pure happiness feel like to me? Mm. So when you look at yourself, when you reflect back, and you look at yourself in your life, what is it? What obstacles have you overcome? And what steps are you willing to take to get to your next state of happiness or joy? You know, what brings you joy, right? When you start to let go, right? Because it's always a process. When you shed those skin, it's always a process because you after you shed it, it's like what's next, right? And I think this is that step. So if there's people out here looking for their next steps, when you look in the mirror, you should be asking yourself, what do I want to do next? I think also I want to say this. I feel like there's a lot of things like at times, especially for people that are spiritual, you will look and we will ask God, what is it that you want me to do? But God is looking to you to ask you, what do you want to do? And I think sometimes we don't always take that into consideration on what we want to do because we're always looking to God to answer everything, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But God wants us to be able to also answer ourselves, right? And I feel like that's where also I was hearing that reflection come in, right? Because God is within us, right? And He's already given us the power and the will and determination to chase our dreams and go after our goals and what we want in life. But we will sit and wait a lot of the times instead of actually doing what it is that we truly want to do for ourselves and with ourselves. So, in this time, I guess the real question would be asking is, well, I would be asking is, what is it that you truly want, from yourself in this world and this life? If you knew you had nothing to worry about, if you already knew deep down God was protecting you, you already had that foundation of knowing you're protected, what would you do? How would you move? Where would you go? You know? Um, but I guess that's it for this message. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I forgot my name yet, but Tarot Sundays. Um, so yeah, this is just for all those out there who are needing some type of guidance, whether you're on a higher level or a lower level. Because like I said, at the end of the day, a lot of these messages, a lot of these messages are for higher vibration people when you look on the internet. So I just want to be able to get on here and also help lower vibrational people as well. Because some people may not know they're narcissists, right? Some people might know they're not a manipulator. Somebody may not see themselves as a liar, but when you look in the mirror, you have to be real with yourself. Be honest. What is it that you truly see? And what is it that you truly seek? Okay? What is it that you truly see? And what is it that you really want to see? Alright? So that's the end of this Sunday message. I hope you guys enjoyed this Sunday's messages. And so I'm be doing more continuations on these things. So yeah. This ends the video. So peace, love, and light, and all peace to the divine. I say. So what's the most high?